Imagine if the key to curing 99% of all diseases was already inside you. Yes, within your own body. You've probably heard the famous phrase, "The gut is the second brain." But do you know why? Believe it or not, your gut controls far more than just digestion. It constantly sends signals to your brain, influencing your mood, your immune system, and even your body's ability to fight disease. That's right. The health of your gut can determine whether you live a long, healthy life or suffer from chronic illnesses. Now, let me introduce you to the revolutionary philosophy of Dr. Hiromi Shinya, a true genius of medicine who has helped heal even the sickest of patients. According to Dr. Shinya, death begins in the gut. This means that most diseases start with the putrefaction or rotting of food inside our bodies. Processed foods, meats, and sugars don't just sit idly in your intestines. They decay, releasing toxic substances that spread throughout your body, poisoning your organs and slowly destroying your health. But here's the good news. When you stop food putrefaction, up to 99% of diseases disappear. Incredible, right? That's why I invite you to pay close attention until the end of this video, because I'll share with you a powerful natural remedy, a simple yet remarkably effective home recipe that helps cleanse your intestines of the toxins that may be harming you right now. But before we continue, I want to ask you for one thing. A small commitment, not to me, but to yourself. If you're truly determined to transform your health starting today, type in the comments, "I can do it." It might seem silly, but this small action has a surprisingly powerful effect. When you write it, your brain activates a mechanism called commitment confirmation. By declaring your intention publicly, you subconsciously strengthen your commitment, increasing your chances of success. And I believe you can do it. So before moving forward, write "I can do it" in the comments and share this video with everyone you know, because what you're about to learn is rare, life-changing knowledge, and it has the potential to transform your health in ways you can't yet imagine. Now that you're committed to your own well-being and ready for transformation, let's begin. The gut, the most complex and essential organ. The human gut is far more complex and essential than most people realize. Beyond being responsible for digestion and nutrient absorption, it plays a vital role in balancing many of the body's systems, impacting everything from the immune system to mental health. Many specialists, including Dr. Hiromi Shinya, argue that death begins in the gut, referring to the central role it plays in the origin of numerous diseases. Recent scientific studies are increasingly confirming this deep connection between gut health and overall well-being, the gut as the second brain. This comparison exists for a reason. The gut contains the enteric nervous system, a network of more than 100 million neurons capable of functioning independently from the central brain. That means the gut can make its own decisions, controlling digestion, managing muscle contractions, and releasing neurotransmitters such as serotonin, the chemical responsible for our sense of happiness and well-being. In fact, about 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut, not in the brain. Research shows that communication between the gut and the brain happens through the gut-brain axis, a two-way communication network linking the central nervous system to the gastrointestinal system. This axis directly influences mood, behavior, and even psychological conditions such as depression and anxiety. For example, researchers at Harvard University highlight that intestinal disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, are often linked to emotional imbalances and mental health issues. In other words, when your gut is in distress, your mind suffers too. The gut and the immune system. The gut is also the main defense organ of our body, housing more than 70% of all immune cells. It acts as a protective barrier, fighting off toxins, viruses, and harmful bacteria while regulating the intestinal flora, a vast community of trillions of microorganisms known as the microbiota. When the microbiota becomes unbalanced, the body becomes vulnerable to inflammation and chronic diseases such as autoimmune disorders and allergies. A study conducted by Stanford University found that this imbalance, known as dysbiosis, is associated with illnesses like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and even cancer. Additionally, research published in the journal Nature revealed that gut microbiota can directly influence the risk of developing neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's. The putrefaction of food and the toxins that destroy the body. When food enters the digestive tract, it should ideally be broken down and absorbed efficiently. But when digestion slows, especially due to poor diet, lack of water, or age-related metabolic decline, food residues begin to ferment and rot inside the intestines. This process, known as intestinal putrefaction, produces harmful toxins such as ammonia, indole, and skatole, substances that can damage the intestinal lining and enter the bloodstream, spreading inflammation throughout the body. Over time, these toxins accumulate in the liver, kidneys, skin, and even the brain, leading to fatigue, allergies, headaches, skin problems, and premature aging. Why it gets worse after 50. After the age of 50, the production of digestive enzymes and stomach acid naturally decreases. This means that food, especially meat, dairy, and processed products, takes longer to break down. As a result, the intestines become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria that feed on these undigested leftovers. These bacteria release gases and toxins that alter the intestinal microbiota, favoring the growth of disease-causing microorganisms while suppressing beneficial ones. This imbalance weakens immunity, promotes inflammation, and can even affect mood and mental clarity. Modern lifestyle, a perfect storm for gut decay. Modern eating habits have made things much worse. Most people consume foods that are highly processed, low in fiber, and full of chemical additives that irritate the gut. Excess sugar feeds the wrong bacteria, while fried foods and refined oils damage the intestinal walls. Add to this the overuse of antibiotics, alcohol, and stress, and you get the perfect recipe for gut dysfunction, a silent condition that many people live with for years without realizing it as the root cause of their problems. In the long run, this toxic buildup creates a state of chronic low-grade inflammation linked to conditions such as arthritis, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, depression, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. The good news is that the gut has an extraordinary capacity to regenerate if we give it the right conditions. That's what I'll uncover in the next part, how to naturally cleanse and repair your intestines to restore full body health. Natural methods to cleanse and heal the gut. The good news is that your gut has an incredible ability to regenerate and heal itself even after years of imbalance. By making small but consistent changes, you can restore your microbiota, eliminate toxins, and rebuild your digestive strength naturally. Below are the key steps recommended by doctors and nutrition experts around the world. 1. Hydration, the first step to detox. Start your morning by drinking a glass of warm water with lemon. This simple habit activates the liver, stimulates digestion, and helps flush out accumulated toxins. Your intestines need water to move waste efficiently. Aim for at least 2 liters, about 8 glasses, of clean water daily, more if you live in a hot climate or exercise regularly. 2. Restore the microbiota with fermented foods. Your gut is home to more than 100 trillion bacteria, some good, some harmful. When good bacteria dominate, digestion improves and inflammation drops. Include fermented foods like natural yogurt or kefir, sauerkraut or kimchi, kombucha, miso, or tempeh. These foods are rich in probiotics, which help rebuild your intestinal flora and strengthen immunity. 3. Feed the good bacteria with prebiotics. Probiotics are useless if they don't have food, and that's where prebiotics come in. Prebiotics are fibers that nourish beneficial bacteria and support their growth. Excellent sources include bananas, especially slightly green ones, oats, flax seeds and chia seeds, onions, garlic and leeks, asparagus and Jerusalem artichokes. 4. Avoid foods that rot inside you. If you want your gut to heal, you must stop feeding the problem. Avoid or drastically reduce processed foods, red and fatty meats, refined sugar and white flour, fried foods and trans fats, alcohol and carbonated drinks. These items slow down digestion, promote bacterial imbalance, and produce the very toxins that poison your gut. 5. Natural cleansing recipe. Here's a simple drink you can take every morning to cleanse the intestines and reduce inflammation. Ingredients: 250 milliliters of warm water, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 1–2 lemon, juiced, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of honey. Instructions: mix everything and drink on an empty stomach. This mixture hydrates, provides fiber, improves bowel movements, and helps eliminate waste naturally. 6. Rest and manage stress. Your gut is directly connected to your mind. When you're anxious, angry, or sleep-deprived, your digestion suffers. Practices like deep breathing, prayer, meditation, walking in nature, or simply slowing down can dramatically improve your gut's rhythm and function. 7. Move your body daily. Physical activity improves intestinal movement and circulation, reducing bloating and constipation. You don't need intense workouts. A 30-minute daily walk is enough to stimulate digestion and support detox. With time and consistency, these natural habits will rebalance your entire body. Remember, healing the gut is not a quick fix. It's a process of respect, patience, and care for the system that sustains your life every single day. Dr. Hiromi Shinya, the Japanese doctor whose message inspired this reflection, devoted more than 40 years of his life to studying the connection between digestion and disease. His conclusion was simple but profound. Every illness begins in the gut, and every recovery must start there too. According to Dr. Shinya, the gut is not just an organ, it's a mirror of our lifestyle. When we eat in a rush, fill ourselves with processed foods, and live under constant stress, the gut reacts immediately. It slows down, becomes inflamed, and starts leaking toxins into the bloodstream. But when we eat consciously, rest well, and stay hydrated, it responds with vitality, balance, and life. Many of the symptoms people consider normal with age, bloating, fatigue, constipation, lack of focus, skin problems, are actually warnings from the gut that something is wrong. Modern medicine often treats these symptoms in isolation. A pill for digestion, another for the liver, another for the skin. But Dr. Shinya's research showed that the true path to healing lies in addressing the root cause, the gut imbalance. Once you restore it, your body naturally realigns itself. Energy returns, the skin clears, inflammation subsides, the mind becomes sharper, because when the gut is healed, every system in the body starts to heal as well. The message is not about expensive treatments or miracle products. It's about returning to simplicity, eating natural foods, drinking enough water, managing stress, and respecting the rhythms of your body. Nature has already given us everything we need to stay healthy. Our role is to cooperate with it, not fight against it. So if you truly want to prevent disease, slow aging, and live with more vitality, start by healing your gut, because the gut is not just where digestion begins, it's where life begins. Before we finish, I want to ask you something important. On a scale from 0 to 10, how would you rate this lesson and the content I shared today? And I'd love to know, which city are you watching from? Your feedback helps me understand how far this message is reaching and how I can help more people like you. If you found this lesson valuable, type in the comments, "My body deserves respect." This simple action shows that you are committed to your health and ready to make positive changes in your life. Also, don't forget to share this video with as many friends and family as possible. I'm sure this information can help improve the health and well-being of everyone you care about. Thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you in the next video. A big hug and stay blessed.